Okay. Hopefully. We'll find out. Well, there we go.
Good evening and welcome to the Okotoks Curling Club, and we are here with the RME Rocky Mountain Equipment Summit of Champions. I'll be one of your hosts tonight. My name is Wade Johnson. I'm here with Jacob Libas. How are you tonight, Jacob?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. So we're just getting the setup done in a separate area. So if our sound doesn't sound quite right, just I think there's a chat room you can put some stuff in, but we'll be commenting for you tonight. So we got the Team QUALIFIER going against Team Van Amsterdam. So it should be a really good game tonight. We're watching from our monitor in the back rooms of the Okotoks Curling Club right now.
Yeah, they put us in the back.
That's right. It took a little while to kind of get everything connected, so we're a little bit behind, and we apologize for that. So this is the
A qualifier.
We'll see the winner of this game.
We'll see the winner of this game.
Sit and
we'll
wait
sit
for
and wait
the B qualifier to play in the
page system.
Well, it's a pretty important game to set yourself up for the playoffs.
Definitely a big one.
Definitely a big one. If you win this game, B qualifier, you get 2 lives in playoffs.
Yeah, it's been a long week already. We started on Monday night was the first draw. Some teams, if you happen to drop early, they would sit for, in some cases a day and a half, but that's just part of it when you have 2 sets of 12s, which is 12 men's, 12 ladies, all playing on 4 sheets. But it's been some really high-end play. Jacob, you've been in the event as well. You lost last night to Van Amsterdam.
Yeah, that was a good game overall. I think both teams played really well. We kind of lost it in 9 against them, and they didn't miss a beat. They kind of missed their first one in 9, but didn't give up, and they just kept grinding out the 9th end and got a couple misses out of us, which led to a 3-ball.
Yeah, it just kind of snuck up on you almost too. The end wasn't going that bad, and they have a habit of just staying on guys, just keeping on guys.
Yeah, and I think once you kind of get to this level, it's a lot of you just keep plugging away, keep making shots, and eventually whoever misses first is the one who usually loses the game.
It's just the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
We have a few delays here. We're just figuring out our situation in the room here, making sure the monitors are working properly, the mics. So we got a little bit of new equipment we're working with. So just bear with us. We don't have a lot of noise coming from the ice. I think some of the mics aren't necessarily turned on, or else they're using them on the other live stream, but we'll give you updates.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
Okay. All right, we're back to end number 2. Oh, not yet.
You are back, guys.
All right, we're back here for end number 2, and we're going to see if Van Amsterdam decides to get a little more aggressive.
Yeah, I think they'll go hard to force Kui here. Maybe not too hard. They're probably, if they can somehow find a way to flip hammer in the odd ends, I think they'll take that chance. But early on, I like to try and keep it a little cleaner. A little deep there. I think Kui might go around the corner here and try to take advantage of a slight mistake by Van Am.
This is different from this, so I'm getting like.
That little, oh, that's.
Sorry, we've had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but I think we've got her back up and running here now. Okay. So we're going to see Van Amsterdam. He's going to make a play on this red. Maybe try and roll under. He'd like very much to get to the nose of this one. Van Amsterdam team traveled quite a bit this year, but fairly strong success. one of the higher ranked CTRS points teams in the field. And that's actually a pretty good shot. He would have liked to maybe killed all the Reds, but
it's a good bail shot anyway. They're going to be putting in some work here, I think, to try and get out of here with a force or even a blank at this point.
yeah, Kevin would like to roll under here. And they place such soft weight at these rocks. So look. And the rocks are so lively, you don't have to throw it real hard to eliminate them from the house. Is that what you guys would call for hack weight now, 12 and a half? Well, that is a tough jam for Van Amsterdam. I think they'd like to roll right under the yellow is what they're looking at. They want to avoid the jam in the back, obviously. Yeah, and if he could roll half under, even if he rolled fully under, they made the short run, they wouldn't be shot rock, and Kevin would still be shot in the back. Exactly. Now Kevin, all of a sudden, the three's back in play. It's a big shot here. They're trying hard to curl this. Got a little more in the nose, but that doesn't actually hurt him. So Van Amsterdam's going to go right around the center now. Oh, he is going to go back here. Yeah, if you can hook this deep, you know, there is the jam possibility, even if they played the run back on it. And at least they'd be running Van Amsterdam's rock in, which is much better for Van Amsterdam if his rock is the one being run back rather than Kevin's. This is Jeremy Hardy throwing here from Nat in Alberta. Jeremy actually has been a member of the Okotoks club in the past. He has some banners hanging on the wall here from his junior days. Yeah, he got married to Kayla Skrlik, as you've probably heard her on the live stream several times. I saw his dad, Dwayne, here. They've had the family up. There are lots of people from Nanton here watching. Went a little deep there, but he did get shot. We have Tim Craftsman walking through here aimlessly. Oh, you're going out to practice. Oh, sorry. All the teams are coming through this same spot as we're sitting here doing the live stream. Any advice for Kuwait, Tim? No. Not a lot of discussion about this one. Kevin does have last rock, but he knows if he was to ever just come around and hook, Van Amsterdam has his own rock to raise back, which is a bit of a problem. That's pretty good. Push it behind the corner and roll up for a guard. Like, Kevin's a double away here at some point this end from scoring big, so Evan's got to be a little bit careful here. Is this where you would go with this, Jacob? Yeah, if you leave it a little higher, the steeper the better. Makes it tough to make any kind of double. And they're working this pretty hard. Well, this might be really good if they can get it to finish. Boy, I'm just rewatching this to see, like, that really didn't finish very hard. I can't hear you. Yeah, that was, for whatever reason, that just would not come off the line. Thanks to Colby McDonald. He's been giving us some feedback on the sound levels.
This one, maybe. Yeah. Okay, perfect. I'm back. Seems like you couldn't hear me for 5 minutes there. Been commentating to myself.
Well, I was asking you questions at the same time. So. I could hear you from across the room, but apparently no one else could.
Oh, no. Well, it didn't matter. I didn't have anything important to say anyway.
You were super witty, too. We missed out on it.
Yeah, just imagine the best commentating you've ever heard. That's me.
Times by 10.
Yeah.
So Kevin could see a lot of this. He's a little worried about the jam. He's trying to decide on what weight to throw at it. He's really hoping to get some late curl past the guard and kind of tuck it a little.
If he can ever just make contact. You know, he's stopping out rolling away. Interesting.
Yeah, he's quite worried about jamming over there.
They must be running a little straighter in that spot, maybe. He watched.
Well, Evan just tried to come down, and he didn't get anywhere near that guard.
I'm just thinking, like, if you can ever make contact, those two yellows, move the back one, you're looking pretty good sitting 3.
Yeah. Evan's got to make something pretty good, or else it could be an easy 3.
I guess Kevin probably doesn't want to give him any chance to get out of this end. I think if he rolls away here, he's got to figure Van Am is going to leave him some sort of double to get 2 or 3.
Yeah, and Evan's almost got to play the hit and roll. He can't just draw, or else all of a sudden the 4's in the play. So this is probably a pretty good call if he can go right across the top and roll.
Going hard for Curl. Seems to be close.
Oh, very nice. Is it going to stick?
Pretty good. He's not shot, so Van Am's going to have to come around that corner guard.
We'll get a top view here, and we'll give you a kind of look at how everything lays out. Oh, we almost had a top view. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, they're lying first, and then Van Amsterdam line 1. He's going to try and hook this. He didn't take a pile less ice than he did on the other one that he threw around. I have a feeling once it crosses center, that's where everything goes.
Yeah, I found here at least it's really about. They've got a slight peak down the center line, and I find that once if you can just hold it on off of that center line for as long as possible, once it gets there, it goes hard.
They're really working this hard to get her to curl. Boy, that did not finish. Did not finish any more than the last one. It's really only a shot for one. There's no... Yeah, he's just going to play it for a shot for one. Oh, we got Scotty Meekin in the house coming through. Ice assistant extraordinaire.
Yeah, we don't talk about how great the ice is because their heads wouldn't fit through the door.
Well, they got so many experts here.
They got
Jacob's dad is the head ice maker here. Mike Livis done a fantastic job yet again.
We don't tell him that either. His head.
No, I'm hoping he's not listening because he can only put up with so much. He's actually behind the sheet coaching the Cooey team at the same time.
Him and John Dunn. They've been a great duo together, I think, kind of getting this team. They got them really ready for the trials. Kevin looked like his old self back there, and I think they've been pretty good together.
Yeah, John's been there for 20 years now. So we're going to go to the commercial break, and then we'll come back with some more John Dunn stories I can tell you.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
From the coach. Oh, and we're back at her here.
I'm also staying with my Costco. Get stuck.
So we had the Cooey team throw up the center.
Yeah, Kev made a nice shot on his last serve.
And Van Amsterdam tried to come around here, so we're sitting top 4 foot.
feel like I just do that.
Jacob, what kind of weight did they call here?
I think he's calling board weight. I don't have my stopwatch on me, but
yeah,
it's maybe not the weight I would personally call, but obviously Kark knows what he's doing. He just made it. Typically for me, when we're playing close to a center guard like that, I like to bring the weight way down just in case you don't want to chip off and leave about 2 corner guards.
Exactly. That's worst case scenario. All of a sudden you over curl and rub the guard, everything goes back up, and now you're really in trouble. But these are 2 of the most experienced teams out here, so we typically won't see them make that same mistake. Nice little tap here. And they're going to throw a little more weight here. Kevin's tightened up the ice. What would you say with that ice as straight as it's been, Jacob? Are they throwing around a 10-second hit?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, I've found they've got a little bit of a slant on each sheet. It kind of depends where you're playing, how much you get. And looks like they're playing this one like it's a little straighter. I know they did pay for the Rocks last night. Our game earlier today, we thought we got a little more curl, but definitely you can feel a slight tilt in the ice out there. At least on sheet C, we had that for sure. D earlier in the week. So I think this one just a little bit of a straighter side. We saw it last time. They had a hard time getting around the corner guard.
I think you'll notice now, too, a lot of the hard rotations have actually come down a bit. We're starting to see a little more 2, 2.5, 3 rotations. We're not seeing a lot of the 4, 5, 6. That last one was about 2 full rotations. When the ice is running that 6-foot curl, you're seeing a pile more rotation getting spun. But as the curl comes down, you want to be a little softer. You don't necessarily want to be back as hard.
I mean, they're still getting lots of swing out there. I think it doesn't really come out in the draw, at least for me, for my team. We've seen it a lot more on hits, is when kind of that straighter side kind of shows itself more. And yeah, we have dropped the rotation down depending. Not so much. I find it a little easier to be consistent. Throw it the same and just take less ice on this, especially here. But like you say, these guys are well versed in arena ice in all conditions. So
they're going hard to get this one to curl. Good shot, roll to the side, keep the shooter.
And, you know, in the game that we played against these guys last night, I found that they were really good at the finesse weight. And I think that's what gets you into these qualifiers is those finesse hits that come up big, especially on ice that you get some swing in.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things Evan does very well. He can really throw it hard if he needs to, but with his very next shot, he could drop her down to hack weight and pinpoint it at the same time.
That's what he did to me. That's what he did to me last night. Dropped her down in 12 seconds and made a perfect hack waiter for 3.
And he just does it so nonchalantly. Not a lot of emotion. He just put the broom down and throw it. He's kind of a little bit of an old school type player.
Shot maker.
Yeah. Got Jeremy here, a bit of a fan favorite, being from Nanton and having lots of family and friends coming in to watch.
A lot of local talent out here in Okotoks, I think.
So a little bit of a rollout, bit of an error, gives Cooey a chance to get back around the center here. Cooey'd like very much to get a force this end if he could do it.
I think if we can get one buried here, Van Am running in a red guard is always a good scenario.
Not staying back off this one, but Tyler looks pretty close, though.
No, they're only $4.50 actually. So actually, they're pretty cheap.
So they're playing a straight freeze here, and they're just going outside the. Did they call the tap, Jacob, or are they calling the? Are they calling the freeze?
I was thinking the tap. It looks like we can't hear him, obviously, but
yeah, because this is dead buried.
Looks like he's throwing about hack here. Nice 12-5. Just bump it out.
Oh, tight by the guard. Very nice shot.
Like I said earlier, they're really good at finesse hits. That was a great shot by Jeremy.
Yeah. And Kevin's seen it now. This is Kevin's bread and butter, the out turn.
You know, I've heard a rumor both these guys really like their out turns, so we might be playing one side of the sheet all game here.
Yeah. It's one thing about great players. They may really like one, but they can throw it all.
Absolutely.
Kevin will be really close here with weight. Carrick is really going hard on this. He's taking some early curl here. Oh, just feather touched. Geez, he had exact weight. He was just throwing just through. Just touching it, took the steam off it, but.
Rare mistake by Kevin Cooey. Van Em will be looking to pounce, I think, now.
Let's scraper on G3.
I don't know, Jacob, have the rocks been pretty solid all the way through?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've had... They've all been really good. I think we had one rock on sheet A that was a little bit off, but on D anyway, we found... I threw all mine straight up when we played on D earlier this week, and they all ran great.
This is a big shot for Van Amsterdam here to really put the heat on. Well, they're calling it heavy early. Well, it should come down here. Very nice.
Good. I think we'll see Kevin throw the run back here. Oh. Wow.
Well, Kevin's only got one left. He throws the runner. If he doesn't make it, it's a 3. I think he's thinking just pick this and give him his deuce and move on.
Sometimes you just got to give up the 2 and move on, I guess.
Yeah, take your medicine and move on. I'm just cleaning this right now. Yeah, it was either one or the other, but he made the top one instead of the back.
That'll be good enough. Get the job done anyway.
Yeah. So I'll see Van Amsterdam. This is a nice deuce for him if he can make it. Set the advantage in his favor. Jacob, do you got a watch on this to see what the time is?
I do not.
And I don't want to use your dad's watch. It always comes up 15 regardless.
Yeah, his is truthful. I think he's got a preset for something. This is always perfect, he says.
Oh boy, this might be. Should be good. They were sure pushing it hard to try and get it to curl a little more, but he would have been good regardless. So after 2, Van Amsterdam will be up 3-1. We'll be back in a minute.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Welcome back for N4.
This game's flying by. I'm having too much fun.
Should have this. This really took its sweet time coming off the line here. Yeah, I think they seem to be, Jacob. It feels like they're kind of riding that line hard because Kui threw right up it and it held it almost to the second hog line.
Yeah, that might have a little bit of a peak going in there right now.
But if there's anybody that'll pick up on it, Kevin will.
Yeah, both these teams are really good at picking up on the ice conditions and adapting. They'll be, I mean, that's why they're in the A.
Yeah. This looks like he's going to go deep here. Just behind the tee line. Carrick's going to go around trying to make a little freeze. I have a feeling this will be very close. Really working this hard, and yep, top button.
Nice shot.
A little more separation than they're hoping, but it's in a good spot. See, Van Amsterdam's going to try and almost hook this. He'd probably like to, ideally, just cross the face a hair.
This is the game I try to avoid against Kui. He's really good with the angles, but Van Am has been really precise lately. So see how it goes. These are the kind of ends that provide a big swing for teams.
They're going to push it hard, try to really carve this in. Even if he sits on the outside edge, it's not the end of the world. That's actually probably not a bad spot.
Not bad at all.
We got Doug Marks, Coach Doug, walking through here. Yeah, he wants to get on the mic, he said. Doug was just on our live stream in the club championship in Okotoks last year. I think you were runner-up, weren't you, Doug? Yeah, he said he was. Aaron Solchinski throwing second rocks. Just missed the back one.
Just didn't quite get it over there enough. And
so man, Amsterdam is loving the position on these rocks are in right now. He's going to throw the guard, making Kevin have to throw another runner. Oh, I got a nice note from Julia Kennedy up in Edmonton watching. Her sister Mackenzie just won the U18 championship. Julia plays with my daughter Chloe, so they're lining up to play in the U20s here in a couple weeks. They're in the XL Cup coming up here in Okotoks in another 3 weeks, so we're looking forward to seeing Julia down here.
Good up-and-coming team.
Yeah, very nice draw. Jacob, your sister's also in this event?
Yes, she is.
How is she doing now?
They had a tough one earlier today, dropped down into the sea, but they're playing right now. You know, a close game with Richards, and it just didn't quite go their way in the extra end.
Yeah, I saw that. It was a good game.
Very good. Good play by Richards to get into the extra end and get that steal.
Yeah. Colby McDonald just walked in, one of my old skipper's sons, who's playing in this event as well. They're all going out in the ice here, trying to get some rocks in. There's so much time off that they like to get a few rocks in on the curling rink side. Colby came right from the Canadian Brew House, I think. So Jeremy's going to try and come around here.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the offense. When did the Hall get? Wow. Didn't want to bother.
Just going to get this over. But it should accomplish what they're trying.
Looks like it worked out for him. Looks like Cooey's in full-out bail mode here.
Yeah. He's got to make this double peel. If you only make the single, you're in a lot of trouble.
Nice shot.
Oh, yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Things are a lot better now than they were.
Looks like they might be able to get a blank out of this after all.
Oh, we even got instant replay, Jacob. This is high end.
You know, I've been seeing a lot of those instant replays from Tyler Tardy lately. He's making a lot of those angle raise run backs. Yeah. Seems to be his bread and butter these days.
You just hope you don't have to throw them all the time.
No. But it's nice to know that it's available when you need it.
Very nice shot there by Jeremy. Jeremy's one of the true nice guys in curling. Never see him really get too worked up.
No, very, very nice guy. I didn't like him yesterday after our game, but he's a good guy otherwise.
Maybe that's on you, Jacob.
Yeah, that's probably on me. He made too many shots yesterday.
Oh boy, what a great shot. That may still be in. There is a good chance that's still in there.
Looks like Van Am thinks it's in. Yeah. Not worth the risk anyway. If you're unsure, you may as well hit it.
You've had your experience with Van Am. I think here in Okotoks, did you not play them in a provincial final once, Jacob?
I did way back in the day in 2019, 2020 junior final.
Just so you know, that's not really way back in the day for the rest of us.
Not for everybody else, but for me.
For young guys, it is.
Yeah. For me, it was back in the day before I was in men's anyway. And actually, we were up 5 after 5 ends against them. And they came back. We went to an extra end, which just kind of shows the resiliency of this guy.
Yeah, I remember that because I had to come up and hand out the trophies, I think. I think I was president of the club at the time. Luckily, you were getting the trophy instead of watching.
Yes, I've been lucky enough to win it that year. I mean, that was an incredible game as well.
I think you were playing second for Young, weren't you?
Yes, I was. It was myself, Desmond Young at skip. Third was Dustin McCush, and lead Gabe Dick.
Very nice row.
Dustin works for Curling Canada now.
He does. I just saw him out in Richmond at the doubles event.
He does a lot for curling these days.
Kevin's going to try and roll this right under the red if he can help it. Maybe produce a skipper's deuce here.
It's my favorite 2 words together. Skip's deuce.
Yeah.
Hard for curl here.
It's really. They might have overcooked it.
Overcooked it a little. It's still half buried. Makes it hard for Van Am.
Guard's so high, Van Amsterdam, he's going to throw. Probably won't even come into play, the guard, I don't think.
No. I'm getting confused with where the cameras are at, but is this the curly side or the straight side?
This should be the curly side. The other side, they were taking a lot less. Yeah, I know, as we go back and forth.
This throws me off, but I think this should be pretty makeable then on the curly side.
Yeah. They'll probably hit it early, I would think, on Ginter's side. So I think this will go unless he's big.
I don't think they're over icing with these 2 guys on the brew.
Dr. Khonshu working this one. Oh, he might even tuck it a hair more.
Interesting. I wonder if that's jammable there on the left.
Yeah, all of a sudden, the blank isn't that easy. They didn't really look at it, so maybe it's not that tough, but it almost looks like a dead jam. He doesn't want to get forced to one here.
No, that would be unfortunate.
I think he's playing this thin just to go under the yellow off to the side.
The big rock lift. I haven't seen a lot of people doing that lately. I saw Darren do it today.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Jamie King does it as well.
No, Jamie wouldn't.
He does not?
No, I've never seen him lift. He
I'm
only
just
throws board and everything, so you don't need to lift to get board weight.
Depends on how old you are.
So we got a blank here, and we'll come back for the fifth end.
This needs to be the fastest last-minute pregame snack run ever seen.
That's right. The fans of great taste are going wild.
Can he make it? Yes! He's done it! Original 16. You can celebrate every win.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
And we're back here for the fifth end. Game's blowing by. It's been a pretty good game at this point, hey, Jacob?
Absolutely. I've seen a lot of good shots. Well, a couple misses, but I think we'll start to see the level of play elevate for the back half here.
Yeah, and we thought Van Amsterdam had an easy deuce there earlier, but he had to really work for it.
Yeah, exactly. I think I've found, at least in the game we played against them, you get your bearings in the first 5 and kind of try and keep the pace up to conserve time, and then once the game gets into the fifth end, you start really bringing the play up and putting more rocks in play.
Yeah, we might see an aggressive second half here for sure.
Cooey's down 2. He'll be trying to do everything he can to get the lead back. Or get the lead at all.
We've had some pretty nice crowds, actually, for early draws. We've had some nice crowds out here, so there's some great atmosphere out on the ice. Right now, we have 40 different professional cornhole players in the beer gardens that are playing full tournament there, and they say it's professional, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
High level.
And it's long. Like, they're throwing a long distance, and they are just nailing them.
I saw them in there earlier, and they are not missing. Like, less than they're missing in this game.
Yeah, like
unbelievable.
Like Jacob and I are playing at the campsite. Like, we're only like 15 feet apart, but these guys, I don't know how far it is, but it's a long ways.
Double that distance, maybe?
I'd put my glasses on to see where the hole was.
And I can't even hit the board from 15 feet away, so.
Yeah, so some great events going on down here that go along with the curling as well. So come on down, get a ticket.
Now's the time to get into it. It's starting to get more intense. Playoffs are starting to come up quickly.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, I think they start.
This is nice. He's going to really finish this around the rock in the 12-foot. Hardy's really pushing this. Very nice.
Nice draw.
Kevin's looking to see who's second shot here. Fifth hand, he'd like nothing more to get a deuce here. So I think they're throwing just back line at this, Jacob. Is that what he called?
Looks like just about back line. Just enough to tap it to sit 2.
Aaron Solchinsky throwing this one from Drayton Valley, Alberta.
Is that where he's from?
Yeah, I knew his dad used to curl all the time out of Drayton Valley to often win that zone out of there. And they used to have a big tour event there as well. And his dad was one of the organizers. I won't say who won it once, but you can guess.
You know what? That's a good reminder. My wife texted me at the break to remind me that when we beat Van Am back in 2019 in the provincial final, my current lead, Mike Henricks, was on that team as well. I like to rub it in his face as often as I can.
Oh, I thought he was on your team.
No,
he was on the other team.
He was on the opposing team.
Because I remember him being there. That's right.
Yep.
He had a bandana. He always wore a bandana.
Yes, he did. And he had hair down to his chest.
Yeah, I remember that.
Good times.
He was a good-looking man. I don't know what happened.
Now he's got a face for radio.
Very nice run back there. Ooh.
Unfortunate that he got it stuffed like that. I'm sure they would have loved to make the double there.
Yeah, Mickey and I were talking. We did the game the other night. We talked a bit about, that used to be a last resort. In the old ice, when it was tougher conditions and things like that, the runbacks were last resort or shot for multiples. Now that's just part of the repertoire.
I've started to realize here, especially since a few years ago, that the teams that seem to make the most runbacks in this event are the ones that usually are coming out on top.
Well, you can afford to be more aggressive if you know you can make more of those, right? And the ice conditions have put it that. Like, the game's always had great hitters, but the ice conditions haven't always allowed them to, have these opportunities. But now the ice is so perfect, you know where to put the broom.
Yeah. It's a great shot by Aaron Sluchinski there. Yeah, it's definitely, I think Mickey told me he was the first guy to ever play on nipped ice.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's what they said. He was there when they first ever nipped a sheet of curling ice, and he was the first one to practice on it, ever.
That sounds made up.
I don't know. That's his claim.
He's old enough. He could definitely might be true.
Back in the 1930s or whenever.
Yeah, that's right.
Hopefully
World War II finished, then they started nipping it.
Yeah. Hopefully Mickey's not listening right now.
Just went on the inside, across the top.
Mickey actually also former coach of Jeremy Hardy.
He can smell blood in the water here a little bit. Recognizes the top yellow is probably the one that maybe's going to cause him some issue.
I might go around the corner guard here. Yeah. But I think he's just trying to decide the depth mostly.
Yeah. Probably wants it a hair deeper. If you leave it right on the tee line, the double's probably there. Then you can sit behind. So they probably want it just a hair deeper, make it a little steeper if they want to take a run at it.
Yeah, there is a world where they leave a triple here, which would not be good.
A little bit of an in-out motion, which Tyler kind of does on purpose a little bit. Fight the curl. They're working this pretty hard, but it doesn't look overly heavy.
Big sweep, big sweep. That's not a bad spot, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean,
like
right now, Van Amsterdam, he could slash across the top. He probably can't make the double, but he could squirt his yellow under everything. Or he could just play that one.
If he makes the double on those two reds, Kevin's got a hard time.
Do you think he can make the double there? Can you see enough?
I think so. They're pretty close to touching. Oh, yeah. Anywhere, get by that yellow. They should make the double. And
Should get it. This is kind of Jeremy's bread and butter. He's a very strong hitter. This will be close.
They're close. They're cleaning. They like it. Beauty.
Oh, great shot. We got the replay. Boy, you threw that clean.
And they kind of off, on, and boom.
Pretty much knew he had it when he let go. It wasn't going to go anywhere that hard. It's just going to stay right there.
Great shot. See if he can go somewhere. I think right now he's trying to not leave him a double.
Just throwing board weight at this. He wants to roll away a bit. It is lining up for a shot at a deuce here. If he makes this, then the other shot is the roll back, right, Jacob? Roll back and try and get under everything.
I believe so. I think Kevin called the roll half tucked here.
He's not roll. I thought he called rolling away.
I think he's trying to roll under the corner guard, try and leave it so there's no easy run double. Oh, he's rolling real deep now.
Made it pretty good.
Gotta get that out of there.
So he left them second shot. Oh, yeah, no, this is open pretty much. So Evan can nose, roll under a bit. Doesn't mean the two's not still in play. Kevin's going to have a little tap on his front red. But this will definitely put some pressure on him.
It's a little tougher out here. They might be throwing it a little harder. They'll probably discuss throwing it a little harder than they expect just because they're wider out there. A little extra pebble and frost to deal with.
You're pretty close here. Very nice shot. Finishes so hard here. Kevin can just throw back line, probably get to nose. Yeah, I actually think this one's a little easier.
I thought this is what he was going to play in the first place. Depends if he knows the side or not. This seems to, that's the straighter side, right? So mostly just got to decide in his mind that this is the shot to play, and usually that's when he's been most successful. I know they've talked about it in the past. Once Kevin decides that's the shot they got to play, and that's the shot he'll make.
It's like an hour of this. You have like
So you must be throwing this at, I gotta take at least board with that ice. That doesn't look like a lot of ice.
Well, it looks like board weight, maybe easy. Depends on. He's asking for more, so he must be throwing board.
Yeah, I think so. We have seen him run a little straighter coming off this line. A few different draws have run pretty straight.
They're going hard for curl.
Just didn't get this.
Oh, and he got the back one.
You did get the other one at least, yeah. So there's a little bit of pressure here. They could get the force right now. Get another one in play here. Don't give up a double, and basically the force is on. I'd be very surprised if he wasn't side by side at the end of this. Perfect shot, be dead side by side, make Kevin draw the 4-foot, move on.
You seem to like the weight here. They're close on it. Nothing wrong with a little deep in this spot.
Boy, this is really sliding. Yep, that's fine. That accomplishes it.
You might have liked to be a little higher just to have Kevin throw a little bit of be more precise on his draw, but that'll do. Flip the hammer.
Yeah. Good force by Van Amsterdam. They look dialed in tonight.
Well executed. Well executed at. Seem to like it. They're cleaning it early.
Yeah, very nice. Wouldn't expect any different. Yeah, so we're going to see Cooey coming from behind here, which he's not used to playing. Well, this year he has a little bit of times, but we'll see. 6 then. Van Amsterdam will be up 1 with playing 6. We'll see in a minute.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus and nurturing...
Yes, yes.
Curl in.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh boy.
Wheeling. Ahead of us all,
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
So we're in for the fifth end break here, and Van Amsterdam is up 3-2. It's been a well-played game. Jacob, what do you think we'll see on the second half?
I think second half, like we were talking in the break there, I think you'll see Cooey be a lot more aggressive and put a lot more rocks in play. Van Am will just, I think their goal right now is just to keep maintaining the level of play they're at. They're playing really well. And I think they'll try and kind of control as much as possible, stay out of trouble, and take their ones. If there's a gift from Cooey, they'll take it. But I think mostly just maintaining that lead is key right now.
This needs to be the fastest last-minute pregame snack run ever seen.
That's right. The fans of great taste are going wild.
Can he make it? Yes! He's done it! Original 16. You can celebrate every win.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
All right, we're looking forward to an exciting second half here. Cooey's going to throw the tight guard.
Geez, Kark has been fantastic this game, I think. I haven't seen him miss much.
No, Kark's been solid for years and years now. Kark really didn't start playing competitively till much older in life. He was a very good hockey player, but obviously with his dad and being the curler that he always was playing and throwing, and so it was an easy transition for him. Good athlete, just like his dad. His dad was not just a good curler, but a very solid golfer as well.
And actually, fun fact, he used to coach a team against my wife's softball team. Fast pitch.
Who?
Kevin Martin.
Oh, yes, he would have, yeah, because his daughter is Karik's sister, played down in the States. High-end softball down there.
Yeah. Kind of funny. It kind of reminds me of my family. A little bit of ball and a little bit of curling.
Yep.
Those are the best two ways to spend summer and winter seasons, in my opinion.
Throw a nice guard here. Karik actually is from Edmonton, but his mom, Shauna, is actually from Wainwright, Alberta, which is right beside Edgerton, where I grew up. So I knew her family quite well.
She's probably heard all the bad things about you.
Oh, I'm a little bit younger than that generation, a little bit, but but I knew her brother-in-law Bob was an Edgerton guy. I don't know if there's any bad things about me, Jacob. I don't know what you're implying. Please no post on the chat.
We got another. Same with the Burton family.
Very nice here. Yeah, Van Amsterdam staying on the offensive there. Kevin's going to look this over. He's going to go right around everything.
I usually like to play a tap in this situation, but I guess they're high enough that you can go all the way around and kind of lay buried back button. To me, these are the key shots of the end right here. This seconds first. If you can make something out of this shot, you're in good shape. But if you can't have a zero on this one.
It's going to go right back.
I do not think it's light.
Should be fine. He doesn't really even need to be shot. He's just going to throw one back here. And Amsterdam's going to go up and peel. This is a little bit, maybe a little bit dangerous, but not really. Just going to make sure you get the one. He's hoping to get both and roll off.
On out of his hand. And they're just going to get one.
Get the one.
Perfectly acceptable.
Come on down to the club, or we're in the Murray Arena at the Okotoks Rec Center. We have a 50-50 running each day. I think it was like $4,000 2 days ago. I never heard what it was last night.
I heard last night somebody run $2,000. So I need to get on that 50-50.
I thought it was going to be me. I split it with a buddy. I hope he didn't run off with it.
If you don't see him again, you'll find out pretty quickly.
Actually, it was a nice crowd in the bar last night. We were the ones that had to work the shift and close it up, so there was a nice amount in there. So good atmosphere.
Fantastic atmosphere. I saw the girls last night out there. They were carrying around the drinks and delivering them to the stands, which is unheard of.
Yep. Great. Just like a Briar, right, Dan?
They got a fun patch going on out there. I hear they got a DJ coming.
Yep. Your grandpa was playing last night and the last 2 nights. So, oh, is he playing tonight?
He's playing tonight.
No one asked him. He just showed up with his guitar.
That's what he does. That's how he gets gigs these days. He just shows up. Looks like they're having a bit of a conversation here.
Yeah.
I think they're worried about the jam.
Yeah. Evan's definitely leery here. He doesn't want to get forced if he can help it here. I think originally they were looking at playing the high red across the top and trying to get them going.
Yeah, they're talking about the split here, but not a fan. Like, I think even just single peel here is Kevin's going to be in a hard spot to get a steal, and I think that's what he's looking for. Like, right now, you just need to score, in my opinion. Even end.
Yeah. At some point, I mean, they want to peel, obviously, keep it clean and prevent the steal, but at some point, you might have to change gears and go for a deuce just because the opportunities are there. You don't get a lot of opportunities against Cooey. So right now is probably not the time, but at a certain point in this hand, they're going to have to make a decision.
See if we can get a top-down view here of the rings.
Do you know what group it is? down to like 20% phone. I might have to get his phone and jump on.
Looks like he's calling the tap here.
Yeah.
Trying to split up his rocks, maybe sit 2 or 3.
Yeah, so they're starting to. They've made the decision. They're going to switch gears and go on the offensive. If he can roll off, far out to the 8 foot on the right, split everything around, all of a sudden the 2's in play. Kevin's going to have to make something really good. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense.
I usually say that when I'm in trouble. Not when
Yeah.
But this is great.
Problem with Team Cooey is you don't really know you're in trouble until it's too late.
That is definitely a huge problem.
So now the triple's actually here. Maybe? Do you think if you make contact in center line first?
I think so. I think he's worried about it running back in. Like, if he makes 2 perfect contact, that yellow in the center line might go straight back. But see if we can get another highlight out of Tyler here. The social media mogul. And another beauty.
Yeah, went easy.
Seems automatic for him at this point.
Now, that doesn't mean Van Amsterdam doesn't still have the opportunity to deuce. He's going to have to make a bit of a roll here, but there's still going to be the opportunity. Down to 20%. And I can't charge because I'm using that as the... Do you have another phone? Well, it's going to be a Jacob problem right away when he's on his own.
Further technical difficulties going on here in the background. They were hard early on this one. All right. 4 down the middle is never bad. Not a bad problem to have. See how well he adjusts after throwing Peel earlier. I always found that after the 5th end, it was a little quicker under the foot.
Jumping back in here with Jacob and just giving Bruno some orders.
He's trying not to leave me hanging because no one wants to listen to what I have to say.
Oh, you're doing a great job.
And he's got
pretty good shot. Yeah, he's got to go across top. Really need to make contact as he goes across here.
Getting rid of 2 here is probably key. Only 3 rocks left for Van Am.
Jeremy's done nothing but make hit after hit, so I'll be very surprised if he's not very close here.
They're on it early.
Oh, unbelievable. Really good shot.
Makes their life a heck of a lot easier.
So they still got the nibbler. Van Amsterdam's probably going to have to go on the aggressive here if he's going to get a deuce, which skipper's deuce is going to be really tough at this point. Probably Cooey could just see that the force is on, and I think Evan would be okay with it at this point.
Yeah, at this point, before Jeremy threw there, I think he was happy to be able to score, and now it's looking real good. Thanks to Jeremy. Going hard on this one.
Yep, they got her in.
That was big to get in, I think, because if not, it was looking more like a possible blank for Van Am.
Yeah. So Evan's going to try and hook this. He'll be behind the tee. Just get her back there. Make Kevin have to make a play on it, and maybe something good happens for you. If not, then you just take your one and move on.
They'll always have the 4-foot here at least, and that's the key for me at least going into ends. If we're gonna bail at some point, we need to make sure the 4-foot's available.
Yeah, the history of curling, it's always come down who can draw the button.
Reminds me of that Briar final in Calgary a few years ago. Nothing. That is something that's my most remembered curling shot is the Pat Simmons draw to the button in Calgary for the win.
Yeah, especially after he made run back after run back.
Yep. His broom, after he made that draw, his broom was like 50 feet in the air.
Yep.
Unbelievable moment.
Yeah, my son and daughter and wife were all there at the time. Pat was my brother-in-law for a lot of years.
I remember being in the stands. I was watching the game, and I was right beside where his family came down to like hug him after the win. And I just remember thinking I should get in there and be like, Uncle Pat, Uncle Pat.
Hopefully know who his nephews were.
Yeah. In that moment, you might not. You'd be too excited.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'll tell you what, if I'm lucky enough to be in the final and do something good this weekend, I won't know who I'm hugging at that point.
It's just going to be hugs everywhere.
Absolutely.
Oh, Evan Crow just came into the building from Team Molding. Former Okotokian. He's got banners on the wall here.
Seem to like it. Doesn't look heavy.
Very nice.
Nice shot.
So is there an opportunity? We'll get a view here and see. No, there's no shot. He's just going to take a one. Shot for his one.
All right. Well, he made it a little bit harder on him. He's got to hit the 4-foot. At least bite the 4-foot here. Seems to be running the same as in practice, so.
They don't look, not a big sense of urgency here. I've got to believe he's pretty close.
Yeah, I think they like it here. Just kind of dust it in. Last night they got caught in a similar spot with that out turn, and it just kept sliding on them, and not this time.
Yeah.
Hit the button with ease.
So we're going to go into 7 with Van Amsterdam up 2. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
And we are back for the 7th end here. 4-2. Kui has the hammer. He's going to be looking to score a deuce here in the 7th end. Some players might try to wait for an even end, but at this point, when you're down 2 with only 3 or 4 ends left to play, you're going hard to try and get tied and then take the lead. Team Tau just came off of practice here at the Okotoks Rowing Club. Tau is in the B semi tomorrow as well, alongside my team. Team Libis versus Team Parent. Team Tau versus the loser of this game. So they'll be watching closely the Van Am versus Kui game.
We're going to have some fantastic games over the next couple of days, so go ahead and get your tickets and come on down.
Yes, I've been here for a lot of the draws, and it has been pretty unbelievable play. A lot of the teams in this, in my opinion, are not as well known, but there are a lot of good up-and-coming teams. You've got Van Amsterdam, who just cracked, they got the invite to the Slam this week, but couldn't attend because of the provincials. Grey Withers, they were a quarter of a point away from pre-qualifying for the Scotties. And that's the rumor, at least. Sturmey, obviously, always been a really good team. And I like to think Team Libis is an up-and-comer. And Am's going to go around the stagger here. Pretty hard to make this curl in here. Depth doesn't matter. Nice shot. That's good. Well, good news.
Kui's throwing the come around here. Really close as he's coming in here.
And Am's got him playing around into the center line now, which is good.
Yeah, Evan's going to try and hook this right on the corner. Jason Ginter throwing second rocks. Should get right on the corner here. Kevin wants to kind of roll his shooter on if he can, by the looks of it.
I'd be a little bit worried about rolling that top yellow into the rings into a bad spot, but
yeah,
it might be worth the risk.
Looks pretty flat.
That'll break up that stagger for sure.
Gotta make a bit of a move here, right? Like,
Yeah, I think, you know what? From this top view, it looks like that yellow goes underneath everything if he makes it good. You can roll it all the way out of the rings. Looks like they're calling for a little low. Hard for curl. And they got a pretty good shot.
Pretty good, yep.
Good shot by Aaron Slaczynski.
He's looking at a lot of options here. He could play the top yellow, try and punch the red past and roll under. Could just run this into the red in the corner.
It's getting a little bit scary. It's one of those. This is looking like one of those Kevin Cooey, what the heck happened, gave up a couple points to him, man.
We saw that an end ago where it looked like they had him wrapped up until they didn't.
Yeah, that yellow behind that red is not helping him at all. I think they might throw some big weight, firm or peel, try and roll it. The shooter under. Looks like Jeremy's going to come down and have a conversation.
Yeah,
Curious
he's
to
one
know
that's
what
got a. Is he the one throwing this, or we at his? Yeah.
Yes, I'm curious to know what their time is at. Actually, like, are they? We're not out there. They stuck us in the back room, but they can't be ahead on time right now. They've had a few conversations like this.
This is lining up to be an important end here.
Looks like they're going to make Kevin deal with the middle here. Play the run. That's fair. At some point, Kevin's going to have to do something with the middle there, and he should leave Van Am a double.
Yeah, if he opens up this outside one, he can always come off it.
Oh,
Stuffed
that is
it.
unfortunate.
Yeah, Kevin's probably quite happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing that hurts more than when you throw a rock good enough and you just stuff it there.
Yeah.
Like you've definitely thrown it good enough to make the shot, and it's not always the line caller's fault either. It just doesn't quite. You just get caught in between, and it's like they're talking about making a play here. To me, it looks like if they hit that yellow a little bit high side, the opposite way of what Tyler just said, and roll open, they should be sitting 3 with no doubles. But
yeah, does that? If he just high sides it a little, he should go into the back yellow, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Now you might give him a double, but that's okay, right? Because you're going to have something back after July 2.
I think Kevin's thinking more than 2 right now. It looks like he's trying to think of a split. That double's pretty automatic to me.
Yeah,
the 2 yellows go pretty easily, and
I would think so. And even you should all possibility of line 3 here. You got to throw pretty hard, and maybe the back one rolls. But regardless, both yellows go. You're still lining up for a deuce.
Seems like they're not sure to me if they should make a play on that middle stuff yet, or if they.
That is one thing when you look at the camera views. They're never quite exactly what you see in real life. There's different angles where the cameras are set and that, so it's sometimes it looks easier than it is. Sometimes it looks harder than it is too.
All right. Looks like they've come to a decision here. That's pretty good. Doesn't look like a lot
Might
of double
be
up.
better, right? Yep. Yeah, we were worried about the double yellows, but leaving that there, that's not the end of the world. This is a big shot. This might be the shot of the game here.
Jeremy's been pretty good all game, so we'll see what he can do. I think he's pretty close.
He's close. He's real close.
Oh,
fantastic shot.
Unbelievable. You can't even defend against that. That is crazy.
Yeah. What a fantastic shot.
Great run back. That's a highlight for sure. That saved him from giving up 3.
And he's trying to roll this under a hair.
Looks like just enough.
Yeah. He's showing him a piece, but
tempt him
looks
into
like they're
chase.
gonna have to chase at the top. I mean, maybe there's an opportunity to get both if you go right across the top, but really hard.
That would be that'd be a pretty great shot.
Getting harassed by Chris Pratt coming through here after the practice. I didn't even bring beer for Jacob and I.
No, they've been pretty good to us lately. They still got one on the go.
It's a big shot here. Roller off. Three's in play here.
Three's in play. I'll scratch what I said earlier. Jeremy might have saved him from giving up more than 3.
Yeah. Definitely. He doesn't make that double there.
Kevin, I guess, figures he's going to leave him a double. Trying not to leave a triple.
So where does he throw this not to give him a double? I mean, he's always going to have the double. He's always going to have the double going to the left, right?
Yeah, I think he's always having that long, like off the center line rock into the one on biting the 8-foot. But I think he's going under the corner. Yeah, I think he's got to make. I think that's the hardest double you should leave him, the one that he's already got. So try and get something in there that makes his double harder than the one he has.
You could hook this around, even just put half a rock around, bite the 8-foot. He really wants to go over here, but
the other important thing, I guess, in this kind of scenario is how well do you know the ice, like the speed in that spot.
I feel like he's almost worried that if I throw to the right and try and hook it a little under that corner, he might make the hit and roll under, and now all I'm getting is 1.
Yeah.
For him to go over here.
Yeah, to me, this draw that he's called is leaving an easier double than he already has, and I would, he's got to throw the double here. He's only up 2. 3.
He's happy throwing the double. If he gives up a deuce, so be it. He's tied up with.
Exactly. Like, he'd throw the double all day if you go around the other side, but I'm also not a Brier champion and Olympian and whatever, all the other accolades of Kevin Cooey, so who might argue?
This is really knifing this over.
Really going hard to curl. All right.
They're just going to throw this double, give him his deuce, and be done with it. Take your medicine. This is a smart play.
tied within 7, maybe get a blank, flip the hammer to the even ends.
Yep. Still lots of game left.
Absolutely. I always find these ones the most interesting where the rocks are right beside each other because it's so hard to predict where your shooter's going to go.
As long as you make them both go away, I guess it doesn't matter.
No, but just for curiosity of angles and things like that, like where does this spin? Up and left a little? It's just so interesting.
He did hit that other one first, yeah. A little bit of action coming up.
Maybe I'm just weird. These are the kind of things I think about. In practice, I like to throw up a couple weird angles and see if I can get the rock to go reverse up towards.
To get it to come up, yeah, around the hornish.
Yeah, just out of curiosity. It's always kind of fun to know those. We've got probably one of the best to do it a few years ago. Brad Thiessen, he's so good at angles, and whenever we call timeout, we're always just confirming angles with him, really. I mean, he brings a lot of value to our team. Looks like he's a little heavy.
I think he looks pretty solid.
They seem to like it. Nice shot.
And a deuce. We got a tie game. Playing the 8th end. We'll see you in a minute.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
You should have had that.
All right, welcome back to the 8th end. We're going to see an exciting finish here. 3 minutes to go, tie game. Come on down and get your tickets. There's going to be some big games tomorrow. The balance team is here. James says you got to pay for the whole seat, but you're only going to need the edge.
And that's a guarantee by Team Balance right there. So I just ran up into the arena and took a look, and Team Kui has 9 minutes at the start of this end. Team Van Amsterdam had 12. So not bad on time. Kui's got 3 ends to play with 8 minutes. They're not ahead of schedule. And Van Am seems to be right on schedule.
Yeah, it seems like it. I'm more worried about how much you're sweating after running up those stairs.
After all this effort I've been putting in this week in the standing around putting the broom down. Geez, that thing's heavy. We're a gold line team, and both the gold line and hard line brooms are ultra light these days. So I don't have to.
Oh, it's unbelievable. The days of I remember Blake McDonald and I played the Olympic trials together in '97, and we had those 12-inch brownies, and it was like swinging an axe out there. We look back now, like I don't know how we even survived.
Yeah, you guys, you see Clark Martin putting all that pressure on the broom. You guys just had to put your brooms down.
Oh my God,
same amount.
They were so heavy.
It's unbelievable, the brooms these days, and they just came out with that new rule recently. I don't know if you.
Yes, I don't know what your thoughts are on it.
It's pretty interesting. I think curling in general has had a lot of issues with brooms and sweeping devices, and I think everyone's working hard to find what makes the most sense and what's the most fair. Because obviously you want to have the biggest, strongest guy be the most effective. Obviously, we've seen guys like Brad Thiessen, Mark Kennedy, Ben Hebert, Clark Martin. All those guys are really good sweepers, and obviously you want them to be the most effective. But it's an interesting controversy these days.
Well, now it's more about they just don't want people to be able to slow rocks down, and they use that one-sided push, and I don't know if I'd say dump, but sort of. But essentially, it's a one-way push meant to slow a rock. Is the way I understand it. Whereas there's always been that. I mean, the sweeping controversies have been there for years and years, going back to corn brooms. Guys sweeping in the rocks, guys putting 7-Up on brooms and putting them out there, and then guys pushing with hair brooms and lifting up right in front of rocks. So I mean, it's always been there. It's always been part of the game. So the rules are constantly adjusting to make sure that the nature of the game is still the same as it was from the get-go.
Absolutely. That's what we're here to do, is just keep the integrity of the game. And I think that's important to a lot of people, and I think rightfully so. So, I'm not, that's why I'm not working for World Curling or anything. I'm not here to make decisions like that. I just listen to what they say.
Yeah, I had an old, very, very high-end curler that said to me, remember the good old days where you had to hit the broom and and throw the right weight? We got to get back to that.
Yeah. I always talk with some of my teammates and some buddies about they should have two separate leagues for curling. One where it has all the rules, and one where you can use the old hard lines that scratch the surface with the plastic inserts. You got to have one event like that where everyone can just go crazy. Hair brooms, you name it, and you're just trying to do as much as you can to destroy the ice while you're out there. I think that would be a fun event.
We've had quite a crew of ice makers helping out Mike this week too. Peter Keenan, Roger from Grand Prairie, who's a fantastic ice maker, just walked by here. We've been blessed with a lot of very high-end people helping us with our event.
Yeah, a lot of unbelievable ice making. I think they've been pretty lucky these last, infinite number of years here at Curling Alberta. With ice making has been, I think, at the pinnacle here in Alberta. Obviously got Jamie Barassa from Alberta, or at least moved here. And, my dad, Mike Glibis, he's been doing a great job, and the ice here at Provincials has been fantastic. Last year, Darren Moulding was doing the ice. He did an unbelievable job. So my only complaint to all these guys year after year is maybe they can warm it up for a guy like me just standing there. You can see Kevin's got his hood up. But I take being cold for good ice any day.
It was worse last year when you remember in Stettler, and I was coaching my son's team, made the provincial last year, and it was 30 below outside, and they had to open the doors, and the ice was fantastic, but man, it was so cold. I don't know if I've ever been that cold in my life.
Oh, that was freezing. Every photo of me is like I have a hood up, toque on, like gloves, mittens. I'm bundled. It was cold last year, but the ice was fantastic.
Game 2, your mom went to Walmart and bought me a blanket.
Yeah, I remember she was telling me earlier that she went on a Walmart run for blankets for everybody's coach, basically. I think she came back with 6 or 7 blankets.
Jeremy Hardy throwing here. They're really trying to get this to move.
It's close.
It almost, did it go too far?
Looks just perfect. Maybe a little too far.
We'll get a view here.
Looks pretty good
Rachel.
to me.
Good yourself. Yeah, that's pretty good. We have seen a few times this week in some of the games where it's curl straight, and then all of a sudden you really haven't done anything because you're going back and forth and then it over curls. Sometimes you just got to have a little bit of patience as it's coming over, give it a second, and then ride the straight line. But it's hard when you know you can get it to finish hard. It's hard not to push it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is, for me at least, is trusting the ice. I like to call clean. Like, I don't like to call them on to curl unless I absolutely know it has to.
Yeah.
Before that, especially on this ice, it has a chance to curl at some point. It'll get there. You just got to trust that it'll get there.
That's exactly right. I think that's the way to play. When you watch the Cooey team, that's how they play a lot of them, right? Like, there's not a lot of panic. You know, I know it's going to curl here. I'm just going to trust it. I'll hold the line.
And our team struggled with that a little bit earlier today. We talked about it a lot, especially on sheet C. We had a little more curl on one side, and we had a lot of curl on one side, and it was really about trusting and figuring out that it's going to curl here. We just got to believe that it'll curl, and that helped us come up with a lot of well-made shots. And I just got a text here that fun fact about blankets, as we were talking about them. The two coaches for Team Cooey, John Dunn and Mike Libis, are sitting down there every game. They request us to bring them blankets. They're sitting down there right now with a couple blankets covering them.
They're such pansies.
John might not have them. I'm not sure. My dad might have both blankets for himself.
Wow.
He might not have shared.
John's a Scotsman. He's probably just wearing skirts out there.
Yeah, he's definitely bundled.
I don't know if you knew this, Jacob, but actually John's first curling team was actually Team Heather Nedwin with Atina playing, my wife Atina playing third. That's how he got into curling.
Really?
And then we actually had a couple parties at his house 25 years ago.
Wow.
And then he got in with the Cooey team when Blake McDonald, because his wife was also on that team, suggested him, and that's how he ended up getting involved with the Team Cooey.
Wow, that's interesting. I always wondered how John got into curling because he's not much of a curler himself, but he's fantastic. He's been doing wonders with Cooey for many years. It looks like Van Am was just a little warm on that one, so Kevin's going to try and see if he can't sit 3 here, I think.
Team Cooey's turned it up a notch going into the second half. There's a lot more pressure going on here. He has a habit of luring you into traps where you think it's going your way.
Absolutely.
You have him right where he wants you.
Yeah. More funny about John Dunn. I've heard some Tyler talk about him a little bit, and he says John's the only guy that'll make you feel like you're going to cry, and then the next minute you're on top of the world.
Yeah.
So he's so good about keeping you honest and making sure you're honest about what you've done in the game and how you've supported your team, and then he makes sure you're ready for the next one.
Yeah, he's not there to beat you down. He's just there to make sure everyone's held accountable.
And you can't argue with the results he gets. All right, Van Am's going around the middle here. seem to think it's a little heavy. Looks like they're talking about going back.
Yeah, we saw this even in some of these spots late. They should hang on. It's funny, some of these spots late look like they're dragging farther. I think we saw that last night in your game against Van Amsterdam. You went deep, then he went to the same spot, he went deep, and I think everybody's expecting those spots to kind of slow down, but they're just holding up and everything's just dragging a hair farther.
Yeah, last night we had, especially on that out turn coming home, it just started getting real quick. Like, I think I had one of them timed at a 14.3 and I swept it through the rings.
Which is crazy.
It's once you start throwing the same spot over and over, it can get real quick, especially in this kind of early back half of the game. It's once they kind of pebble the sliding path there, it starts to feel like glass.
And then they get so fast, and then it flips the other way so quickly. All of a sudden, it becomes the heaviest spot on the sheet.
Yeah. So it's really important to pay attention for these guys about how much they're throwing in one spot and how often it's being used, how much they've swept in that spot. Looks like Kevin knew exactly.
Yeah, pretty good shot. Seven's just going to play a soft tap here for 1. Take his 1. Hopefully force Kevin to 1 and 9. Even if he gives him a deuce, it's not the end of the world. He can go for 2 and 10. Let's big to score 1 here. Keep control.
It's a big shot here. Seemed to like it. Maybe a little heavy out of his hand. It's got a curl. It's got a curl. It's got a curl.
Yes. Oh, is he going to roll off for 2? Nope. I don't think so.
Wow. Good attempt. That's a tough shot.
Was it 1, Jacob?
1 for Cooey, it looks like.
So Cooey steals 1, and we'll go into 9. We'll see in a minute.
This needs to be the fastest last-minute pregame snack run ever seen.
That's right. The fans of great taste are going wild.
Can he make it? Yes! He's done it! Original 16. You can celebrate every win.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
All right. That was a big steal for Cooey.
Yeah. Stealing 1, and We had Team Tao just walk through here, tell us that Kui is now down to about 7 minutes. I think Van Amsterdam is about 9. 2 ends to play. You'll probably see Kark throw a little quickly here.
Have you ever seen anyone run out of time, Jacob, at a provincial?
I've never seen anyone run out of time, but I personally have also been close to running out of time.
I think I saw Kevin Park run out of time one time at the Saville Center. I think that's where it was at. But
you know, funny enough, closest I ever came to running out of time was playing against who was I playing? You have to let me sit with it for a second here. Oh, Ted Appleman, coach of Team Selena Sturmey, actually. And we were playing him, and I threw with 5 seconds left on the clock.
Boy.
Yeah. You kind of got to take your time, and I sprinted down to the other end, sat in the hack, and I told the boys to just tell me when there's 10 seconds left. Went through my whole setup. As soon as they said 10, I started. There was a little less than 5 seconds left on the clock when they stopped it.
And you flashed it?
No, I made the shot. I like to think I made the shot. Honestly, I don't.
We don't remember that part.
No, I don't remember. All I remember is I had no time left. So, you've seen Kevin get a little close. They had that incident a few years ago with when he was
always close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't faze him. Doesn't seem to bother him. So
it's never an issue as long as you got more than a minute left on your last one. You can take your time.
Yeah.
But I know that this team has been working pretty hard on.
Oh, they're going up looking. Yeah, there's the clocks right there. So it is a tight 5-4. That's not a lot for 2 ends.
It's for 2 ends. And I think
so they won't be wasting a bunch of time in the hack. That's for sure.
No, this is the time where you got to be ready to throw as soon as the other team's out of the hack. You get ready. And
do you have an update, Jacob, on the women's 8 qualifier? No, Grey Weathers is playing Sturmey. My wife is actually on the bench for the Grey Weathers team. She's here as their 5th right now.
Grey Weathers versus Sturmey. Current score on Curling Alberta's website says Grey Weathers just scored a deuce in 8 and is up 7-6 against Sturmey.
Oh, that's a good game over there. That's being played on one of the other live streams. They're probably not as entertaining as Jake, Man, and I, but...
Yeah, don't push our viewers to the other stream. Everyone's here to listen to you and I.
Maybe the viewers can text us what the game's going on so my wife doesn't question me later. We're used to when we do these in Okotoks, we have our own system. We were actually the first ones to come up with the live stream for the Scotties in 2020, 1920, right before COVID. And so we always have the chat going, and then people can kind of ask their questions and whatever. But it's hard for Jacob and I because we don't get the chats and people asking questions. So we kind of have to fill it with our own talk.
We don't want anyone to tell us how bad we are, Wade. We don't want comments turned on.
We should probably stop asking questions we don't want the answer to. So we're going to see Evans. He can make this big, long roll here. And you could see a 3, maybe a deuce come back into play. A deuce would be big for him here.
This is where they got us last night. We were up 2.
Yeah.
And they made a couple real good draws, and Evan made that pistol for 3. So this is probably the most important end so far. I mean, every end is important, but Kui's really got to force him here. Big roll off. Looks like he's just calling a finesse draw.
want to get a little more finish out of this.
Looks pretty good. It's like Evan's trying to decide if that one's in. To me, it looks out. As we talked about before, obviously, cameras could be at a weird angle potentially. Looks like he's just trying to make sure he has a shot for one at this point.
Yeah, control weight, try and keep the shooter around.
Cooey looks like we saw Cooey earlier say that it motioned that it was out, so it should be out. I never trust the opposing skip anyway. I always double check.
Yeah.
He's just trying to get in my head. That's what I'm thinking. Looks like they're going pretty hard on this one. That's a pretty good shot.
That's really good, actually. It was perfect clipping that. Just to free the yellow from the red is a big shot.
Yep. That is a great shot. Ooh, new visual. Looks like Kevin's just going to play the dead nose here.
And a big thank you to the Curling Stadium people. They're doing a great job with the camera work and everything here that Jacob and I are looking at.
Dealing with us. That's probably that speaks a lot volumes about them being able to deal with what we're doing down here.
Yeah, you can make this double. And Van Amsterdam does not want to get forced here.
All right, Jeremy. Going all the way here. Got two of them.
Oh, really good.
He's on fire.
They keep having a look at this. I wonder if it's closer than the guy thinks.
Might be. There was a little bit discussion early in the week in the players' meeting about how they might be a little fat, the rings. So, like, just a little more up. So, that's the tough part is I believe that the rings are pretty close, but, you know, if they just miss a little bit of a drill point, then it could be in. It's like,
what did they end up calling here? I don't think they're not playing the top yellow. Oh, they are.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to roll away here.
He could almost make the double in, roll into the other one and lie in the house.
I can guarantee it's not in there.
He doesn't want to get in a situation where they can get out of the force too. But if he rolled this all the way over and stuck in the house.
Can't over curl here though. It's going hard. Nice shot. Maybe not exactly what he wanted, but
yeah, I don't know if that's. I mean, obviously Kevin makes a lot of these runbacks, but he's second shot now. Guard if Van Amsterdam makes a good one here.
Could be looking at a deuce.
Yeah, and all of a sudden Kevin's running, but those are not. I mean, sometimes we consider them a guarantee, but they're not always.
Not always.
You might see Kevin play off that outside one and try and roll in rather than the front. If he runs the front and picks his own, all of a sudden it's a 3.
Yeah. But if they put it right beside the red, he's automatic. He's sprinting.
Anything high side, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's sprinting down to the other end. Thank you for leaving me that shot.
But if he gets it to the pin, just slightly behind the red, and they throw a run, if it stays anywhere high side, he may pick his own roll across the top.
Yeah.
Everything gets just a hair tougher every time.
I think he's aiming to be top button here. That's what my guess is. Let's see if he's still got that 9th end magic. Hard on this
super heavy here. They're really working this.
Parker and Jason end to end.
Oh, he's on the front.
Just a little light to me.
Yeah, just didn't quite have enough, but
guess we'll see what
still there. The tap, he could throw a little weight at it, probably make it, still make it.
Looks like you might be right. He's coming off it. As long as they stick to in the rings, it's never a deuce. They call the timeout already.
Yeah, they got to stop the clock here. Cause
Coach Mike Libetz is out there. See if he can provide any insight to them. I think if it were me, I'd be playing like 10-5, nose that red, guarantee a force. He just
got an update here on the Grey Weathers game. Blank and 9, Sturmey down 1, going to 10.
Looks like they're playing the in-off.
Yeah, I wondered this at the end if that's what they would end up doing.
Wow. I did not see that coming. I personally wouldn't play it, but again.
Well, I mean, worst case, what are you giving up? A deuce?
Yeah.
So you make it, and how does Van Amsterdam score all of a sudden? Like that draw through the hole's not super easy.
No. It looks like about thin half.
And even the shot for 2 is not a given. He's probably going to make it 80% of the time, but
yeah.
Kevin misses this.
Close, cleaning. Unbelievable. What a shot. Oh, and rolls it to top button.
And we talked about that about 2 rocks ago. There was always that in-off going to be there.
And he's still got that Kevin Cooey magic. That is unreal. It's like I was saying earlier, you just don't want to leave him those in-offs. Wow.
But you also don't want to leave him the straight come-arounds or anything else.
If anything, you might want to accidentally trip him halfway through the game, see if you can get him out of there. I would never do that, by the way.
The way to beat him is you just got to repeat what he did. Here's a good example, right? You can't stop him from making shots. You just got to make him just as good.
Absolutely. That's what Evan Van Amsterdam is going to try to do right here. Looks like he's throwing a finesse run back. Probably board or easy. Controlled down in the south. Hard for Curl. Can they get it? Oh no.
Big steal of 2.
Huge steal of 2. After an unbelievable shot by Kevin Cooey.
Yeah, it's just been a game of 2 halves, right? The first half at Van Amsterdam really was taking it actually to Kevin lots. In this game, the second half, Kevin's just turned it all around.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
We're back for the 10th then.
Yeah, I'll let you.
Cooey is 3 up. 3 up without. So we'll see. Van Amsterdam's going to be as aggressive as they can.
And we are back.
Really? We got Bruno in the house. He just come back to check on us. That was an amazing show.
Amazing.
Get a mic for Bruno.
Really common shot being played these days, the tick, corner tick. That is, once that shot's made, it's really hard to bounce back. We'll see Evan go a little less corner guard and a little closer to the center line. For us, when we're down 3 and 10, we usually try to throw a center guard first time. Otherwise, that corner tick's made almost every time.
Yeah, it's going to be a little disheartening for. I mean, the game's obviously not over yet, but Van Amsterdam played really well for a lot of this game, and it just kind of slipped away there in that last end.
Yeah, I mean, never count them out. Yesterday they were down 2 and 9 and scored a 3 ball. These games can change in an instant, but that tick is tough to bounce back from.
And every young team goes through this, right? Like Kevin Cooey, everyone forgets he was like 32 when he made his first Brier. He went through a lot of years of grinding, and then finally broke through. And once you learn how to win, it starts coming a lot easier.
Yeah, reminds me a lot about Team Botcher. When he first won, it was the first time in like 15 years that someone named Kevin didn't win.
Yeah, since our team.
Yeah.
Because we were Kenny was the after that it was either Oh, no, it couldn't have been because Furby was winning too. It was either someone named Randy or someone named Kevin.
Yeah, and then after Furby. But after Furby, it was Kevin or Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
We like a little change. Change the names up in Alberta here.
Yep. I think we're
to change the names anyway.
Alberta's about to go through the transition after this cycle. There's a lot of younger players that are coming up, and lots of guys that are starting to look at retirement. And so this next cycle, we'll see a lot of changes of teams and players.
And that's the biggest reason, I think, to get out here. You never know how much of Kevin Coo you got left to see. Now's the time to get out and see him here in Okotoks. I never got a chance to watch Randy Furby play, and I wish I did.
Well, Nadowin was here this week, and he's coaching the Plet team, or helping coach with Blair. And we had a good visit last night. He come over to the patch, and we're old friends from years gone by. And I actually played Dave and Furby in 2 different finals, and you couldn't find better guys.
Yeah, they've been chatting with us in the change room too. They're really, really friendly and always willing to share information. And
what are you doing in the ladies' change room?
I'm talking to Nadowin in there. Come on, not in the ladies' change room. Men's change room. Don't paint me as a creep. My wife's on this. She's listening.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams here. And the ladies' side's got some fantastic games going on over there. Did you get a finish to your sister's game?
Let me take a look here.
Jacob's sister, Sydney, is playing with the Helker team. Sydney and my daughter, Chloe, played together for a few years before Sydney, they aged out. Chloe ended up going to Regina. She skips the university team there.
It's not looking good for Hilker right now. In the 10th, they're going into 10 right now, and the Shefford is up 7-4. So they're going to need a big score here. Same score as we got, actually. So Hilker's going to need a big score to go to an extra, just like Van Amsterdam. Same with, let's take a look at the Grey Withers game. Grey Withers versus Sturmey. It is 7-6 for Serena Grey Withers going into the 10th end. She does not have hammer. Sturmey will have hammer down 1 in 10. Let's see and looks like we got a Hartwell versus Miller game as well going on right now.
That's a C game. The loser's out.
Yep, and it looks like right now Hartwell is down 2 without in 10. So they're going to need a 2 steal to win that game. Miller looking to be in good shape.
Oh yeah, they almost took this last one here. Van Amsterdam a little deep of this doubles here. I almost see it side by side or way deep, but kind of almost stuck it where it's probably a half rock double. Tyler throws it so straight.
Been pretty good all game. Haven't seen him miss.
Coming out of the wrong hack sometimes.
I almost think every time. And can he do it again? Looks like it got out of there.
He's fallen in line with a lot of top lefties like Scott Pfeiffer and Mark Kennedy. We've always had a lot of hard hitters that are in the left-handed side.
You know, they do a lefty spiel out in Ontario every year near the end of the year, or beginning of the year, I think. And it's lefties only, and our lead, Mike Hendricks, he's a righty, but he goes out there and throws on the lefty slider and tries to keep up with all of them. Yeah. Out in Ontario.
He's
there.
amazing. I don't know why he doesn't go back to the bandana. I miss it.
I like the bandana too, especially he's glistening out there when he's sweeping. It is crazy. He's got a sweat towel out there, and I feel horrible for our coach Brad Thiessen. He's got to sit beside that wet rag all game. Poor guy, poor Brad. I'd quit on the spot if I was him.
You gotta start rethinking things when you have your own sweat towel.
Yeah. I mean, he's a great sweeper, but wow.
Oh, he works hard.
Does he sweat? You know, Kark looks kind of the same. Sometimes you can see him glistening out there, but it's more his face gets really red when he's really pushing on the broom. We might get lucky and see one of those right away here.
Yeah. I tell you, there's some big guys out here curling this week. Kark's one of them. Jared Jenkins, he's a monster.
He is really big, strong guy.
Yeah. Andrew Nerfin from Molding, he's a huge man.
He's unbelievable. Like, we played him today against Molding, and those two guys, Evan Crow and Nerfin, are unbelievable sweepers.
Whoa. And
Kyler's no slouch himself.
No, he's a big man too.
But, geez, those two, Crow and Nerfin, are crazy good out there. I was impressed. Can't forget my guys, Polyak and Henricks. They're
good. Don't get me wrong. They're just not.
I just don't want to talk
as big as those guys, but they're really good sweepers.
They're good for the size that they have, the height.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you get everything out of those guys. That's for sure.
Definitely, I do not give them a break. That's for sure.
When you're always tight and light, you get so much out of them, Jacob.
Yeah. I wouldn't be the curler I am today if I didn't have sweepers like that. I'd probably be sitting at home right now. So I'm lucky. It's always impressive, those big guys, how much they can do. Our coach Brad Thiessen actually thinks that some of those bigger guys like Nerpin might even be able to slow the rock down just by sweeping it straight, out of the hand.
It's just so heavy.
Sometimes you can just do too much. So I don't know. It's an interesting conversation that they do have at Curling Canada as well, and trying to figure out what is the right amount of pressure to put on the rock.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
And see how far you can get it. I think a lot of things we notice early now is until you're about 3/4 of the way down the sheet, you're cleaning out of the hand. 3/4 halfway, you're cleaning early for distance, and then you finally start sweeping once you see the rock change speeds. That seems to be the method they go with these days.
This might be the end of the game here. Yeah.
Kevin Cooey moving on to the semi-final.
So Kevin, they'll move to Saturday morning. They'll play in the 1-2 game with the winner of the B. The loser here drops to the B semifinal. I don't know, Jacob, do you know who they play yet?
They'll be playing Team Tau in the semifinal tomorrow morning.
So tune back in tomorrow. We'll have more games going on. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Thanks a lot, Jacob, for doing the live stream, and good luck to you the rest of the week.
Thank you very much. We'll see if we can get on one of these again soon.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Curling Alberta's 50/50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.